out notifications. It's a bit of an impromptu stream. The DCU dead. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It's, if it weren't for just the Paramount merger and all that happening, then well, most likely happening because they're getting like sued, I think, and they're trying to stop it from happening. If it weren't for that, then I wouldn't think it was in too bad of shape because Superman made decent money. Supergirl did awful. But it's like if you look at the start of the MCU, Iron Man did good, Incredible Hulk did awful. And so it's like maybe there's potential, but the problem is you have the whole Paramount merger happening and it's not successful enough for them to be like, let's continue on with this venture. I have a feeling they'll probably just destroy it. The only hope is that we keep some of the cast, which I really hope we keep the Superman cast. That's what I want. But man, James Gunn's I like the Superman movie, but everything outside the Superman movie that James Gunn has done with the DCU just confuses the hell out of me. It's like we're gonna start with Creature Commandos. We're gonna continue on. We have to kill Matt Reeves, dude. What is taking so long? And then this time, I don't know if it's true. I saw that part of the reason they were delaying it is for a J.J. Abrams movie, and it's like it's no way they're like, hey, this now long-awaited Batman sequel, we're moving it for a J.J. Abrams original sci-fi movie. It's like, when was the last time any original J.J. Abrams thing did good ever? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. So I feel like it's got to be just like a cover. I feel like they had to use the J.J. Abrams thing as an excuse to be like, Matt Reeves being like, yeah, I need to delay the Batman Part 2 yet again. And so they're like, oh, we can't tell them that Matt needs more time. We're gonna a J.J. Abrams movie. That's what's happening here. I feel like that's an excuse. That's what I think. And then what do we get as fans to hold us over? We get a little screen test that just shows that Battinson has longer ears now. And that's it. It's like just feeding us crumbs, dude. That's what we get. You get a good Batman movie that both critics and fans liked. It made good money. What did it make? Like 800 mil. And it's like, all right, we've got an older Batman because like Robert Pattinson was 40 when he did that, or close to it. He's like very late 30s. And now he's like 40 something. It's like we just took so long. Why did we take so long? Why? It's oh man. It was such a stupid decision. And again, with the DCU, other than doing Superman Man tomorrow, I don't understand it. I don't get why you're doing Supergirl, because one, Supergirl has no motion. Like, no one cares about Supergirl. There's like 5 Supergirl fans, and even they don't really care about her that much. So, doesn't really make sense. 2, a little redundant, because he just did a Superman movie. So it's like if you did an Iron Man movie, and then and now a War Machine movie next up. And it's like, well, I mean, War Machine's cool, but like we just had an Iron Man movie. Why are we doing a War Machine movie? What's up, Logan? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for that to be the second movie. And then we get a Clayface movie that's detached from everything also later this year. That doesn't make sense. Freaking Blue Beetle's coming back. That movie was terrible. Jaime's coming back for Man of Tomorrow. I just don't understand what is going on. Imagine killing Hal Jordan the first episode of your Green Lantern show. Yeah, that was the easiest thing to see coming ever. I've said it from the beginning since they announced it was going to be an old Hal Jordan. That was like, oh, they're doing this because they instantly want to get rid of him. I said they're either going to kill him instantly or they're going to parallax him instantly. One of the two. And it seems from the leaks that they're just going to kill him instantly. So surprised by it. Also, that makes sense why all those rumors about them wanting to get like an A-list actor like Josh Brolin, I can't remember who else, but Josh Brolin, I remember being the main name that I heard, like turned it down. Because what A-list actor is going to be like, yeah, I'll come on to your HBO show and die in the first episode and never be seen again? That makes sense. Too many characters in Man of Tomorrow. Yeah, all the leaks, well, not leaks, but like reveals and everything of it sound like way too many. So it sounds kind of stupid. But I don't know. We'll see, because I thought the same thing about Superman, and then I saw Superman. I thought it was pretty good, and I didn't mind all the characters. My only issue with all the characters in Superman was I wish we would have replaced them with Superman characters, with Daily Planet-like characters, because it's like, I liked Mr. Terrific. I like Guy Gardner. Hawkgirl wasn't really even a character in that movie. She kind of just screamed a bunch, and that was really it. But I would have much rather had them not in the movie, and instead we had more focus on Daily Planet. Because man, those 5 minutes we got of Clark Kent interacting with the Daily Planet crew was cool. Just wish we would have got more. Peacemaker's definitely Man of Tomorrow. Probably. I doubt he'll have a big role. It'll probably be another cameo again. I was so surprised because I saw Superman like 4 times in theaters, and I was surprised that like every time I saw it, Peacemaker showing up got a big pop every time. I was surprised. I was like, this many people watched Peacemaker? I couldn't believe it because you expect that on opening weekend, but I saw it like subsequently after that. I was like, man, every time it got a pop. I was surprised, but if thoughts on Lex League suit, it doesn't look bad. It's just I prefer the smaller suit. I prefer the more nimble suit compared to the giant suit that he has in like an Injustice. I prefer the smaller suit. I don't like the big war suit. I like the smaller one that's more form fitting. Supergirl flopped and Blue Beetle flopped. I don't get why Gunn is putting them in Man of Tomorrow. Yeah, well, Supergirl, like, obviously, he already had planned for her to be in Man of Tomorrow way before we knew any of this. Although anyone with a brain knew Supergirl was going to flop just by the fact that the character, again, has no motion. But also, they put it in between 2 of the biggest movies of the year, which is Toy Story 5 and the Minions movie. So you knew it wasn't going to make any money. But that's, to be fair, he didn't know. Like, James Gunn didn't exactly know it wasn't going to make money, to where Blue Beetle, we been knew no one like it didn't make any money and the movie was terrible. The best part of that movie was was George Lopez. That was the best part of that movie. It was just George Lopez like saying whatever. The rest of that movie was terrible. Suit looked good, but that movie was awful. I don't understand everything. And then we're getting like the Jimmy Olsen show, and it's like I like Jimmy Olsen. I'd be down for a Jimmy Olsen show, but it feels like we're going out of order. Like, get these other things set up first. Like, the Jimmy Olsen show is something you do later. It's weird, like, he skipped, the MCU had, like, their phases, and they built up to everything, and there was, like, a lot of cool stuff, and then they got Disney Plus, and they're like, here's streaming slop, and everything sucks now. The DCU, it feels like we just kind of skipped over everything straight to the streaming slop. It's like, you're gonna get Lanterns, you're gonna get you got Peacemaker Season 2, you've got, what else do we got? We got the Jimmy Olsen show that it's stupid. Been reading the first 2 trades of Absolute Batman, Batman Black Mirror. Pretty good so far. Batman Black Mirror is my favorite Batman story ever. It's so good. And Absolute Batman's really good. Although the last couple issues of Absolute Batman have fallen off, I don't care about these giant mech Robins. Not a big fan of that. I don't really care about the big old mech Robins. That, because I've really liked Absolute Batman. I think it's really good. And it's probably my favorite of the Absolute books. But the last couple issues, because we were doing some really cool stuff with Scarecrow, and then we got to the mech Robins, and that's not been interesting to me. But I can show you something that came in the mail this week. I pre-ordered this months ago, the Absolute Edition of Crisis on Infinite Earths. This thing's huge because it comes with not only Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is right here, and it's huge. Look at this thing. But it also comes with the making of Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is really cool, because generally they put it all in one, and they have like the behind the scenes stuff, like interviews with like the people that were involved with the writers, artists, editors, and everything. But this time they did a whole separate like volume for it, and so that's cool, and I'm excited to get into that. I'm really excited for that. So this is, oh man, look at that, dude. George Perez pencils in this giant Absolute format. Oh man, that's nice. That's nice. I'm excited to. It's been years since I've read Crisis on Infinite Earth, so I'm excited. Yeah, New Frontier Absolute Edition is 100% worth it. It's awesome. Comic movies are kind of done. Hollywood seems to be turning to manga. What manga has Hollywood successfully done? Like, every like manga or anime Hollywood's done has been awful, and like is even worse than any of the comic book stuff. The thing that thoughts on Avengers Doomsday concept art. Oh, I freaking Steve Rogers just being Steve Rogers and not in a Captain America suit and everything looks so stupid. This black T-shirt, like that was really dumb. That looked, and I do love everyone just showing how old like everyone in there is. Like I saw some people be like, we got a 61-year-old Nightcrawler. He only got 5 bamfs left in him. It's like, oh man, everyone's so old. Uh, oh, you're talking about like TV shows. Yeah, the One Piece, dude. Every clip I see from the Netflix One Piece show looks like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks awful. That One Piece Netflix live action show. I don't know. I'm not a fan of One Piece or anything. I've never read or watched anything involved with it. I've just seen the clips from the live action Netflix show. It looks horrific. It looks the only thing that looks worse than it is the live action Last Airbender. That's the only thing that looks worse than it. Oh my goodness, Netflix is terrible with that. They look awful. Yeah, Cyclops does look good. I mean, James Marsden is like 50 something, but he still looks like he's 35. But we had a lot of really good comics come out this week, which was good. It was a pretty good comic week. So I'm happy about that. We got Dan Abnett is writing a Punisher versus Spider-Man miniseries, which I'm, coming out now to promote the movie, basically to go along with the movie. But it's really good. I like this first issue. I think it's 5 issues overall, and obviously Dan Abnett's pretty consistent. He's one of the more consistent writers in the industry right now. I liked his Titans run. He did some cool stuff with Aquaman during Rebirth. I like Dan Abnett. And while there's no Punisher versus Spider-Man at all in this, it's just them teaming up. It's pretty good. This first issue was just it's because it doesn't take place in the modern day, obviously, because you can't do that with modern day Spider-Man, because modern day Spider-Man sucks ass. So you have to do a period piece. And this is earlier on. They've already interacted and everything. Their first, Punisher's first appearance when he first showed up with Spider-Man has already happened. But it's essentially them teaming up right now and them each trying to convert one another. Right now, like Spider-Man thinks he can save Punisher, and Punisher thinks he can turn Spider-Man into a more like tactical and lethal like hero. And so it's interesting. And there's a really cool conversation between Spider-Man and Johnny Storm where they talk about Frank, because Johnny Storm is like, Frank's just a murderer, terrible, awful guy. You can't be talking to him or anything like that. And Spider-Man's like, I got him not using he's like, I got him not being non-lethal right now and stuff. And I think, and he's been through some horrible stuff, and I think I can help him. And also, he's like, the law isn't always justice. How many people do we fight all the time that we put away that come back and kill people? And I was like, oh, Spider-Man's got a backbone right now. That's pretty cool to see, because he doesn't really have a backbone anytime you read any of the new Amazing Spider-Man. But really good first issue. I'd recommend it if you haven't read a good Spider-Man comic in a while. Punisher versus the Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 was pretty good. Yeah, the clips from Avatar: Last Airbender season 2, the Netflix live action show. Season 1 looked awful. Season 2, dude, the kid grew like 2 feet in between seasons. The kid that plays Aang, because they didn't film it all at once, and they got a kid that hit puberty, and so his voice is all weird now, and he's like a foot taller than the rest of the gang. It's hilarious. I see the clips, and it's like, you look at him season 1, he's like a kid. In this one, he's clearly going through puberty. He's like foot taller than everyone. It's like, that's supposed to be Aang? Okay. Yeah, sure. Also, I don't know why, like, most of the women are like obese in that show. It's kind of weird that other than Suki, whew, but everyone else, I don't get it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Saving up for the Jeff Johns and Gary Frank Soups Absolute. That one's awesome, dude. It's awesome. Comic accurate Cyclops. Well, he's probably gonna die. So, are you excited about Spider-Man: Brand New Day? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be pretty good. It looks good, but that's also got the like the Man of Tomorrow problem of being overstuffed. It's like we finally got. We're done with Iron Boy Jr. We got street level Spider-Man. Peter Parker's on his own. It's going to be sick. But also we've got Punisher and we've got Hulk and we've got, it's just like, oh no, we're not going to be okay. But I'm sure it'll be good. I like 2 of the 3 Tom Holland Spider-Mans. Just the second one I was not a fan of. I thought that one was pretty bad, which is sad because they wasted Gyllenhaal. I like Jake Gyllenhaal a lot and they wasted him. No match for me because it's all so exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Suki's the only one. Suki's the only actress on the show that's not obese. Let's see, what else did we have this week? We got new issue of Deathstroke, which was really good. Although the plot twist you could see coming from a mile away if you're familiar with Deathstroke at all. So that part was disappointing. But other than that, I'm still really enjoying Deathstroke, and I like the like Tony Fleeks has done a really good job at sort of dissecting Deathstroke. And you can tell he's actually interested in the character of Slade Wilson instead of like a lot of people. Like when I was reading Christopher Priest run, it feels like Christopher Priest really doesn't like Slade Wilson. Like he seems like he kind of despises him and hates the guy. To where here it feels like Tony Fleeks is actually very interested in Slade Wilson and like figuring out who he is and what turn and like what, you know, what goes on in his head. And I'm really digging what he's doing. It's just the reveal of who this character is was so easy to spot from a mile away. That was my only complaint. But so far, Deathstroke's been really good, and by far the best Deathstroke comics we've gotten in like 20 years. So, been enjoying Deathstroke. Are you going to watch the Odyssey this weekend or skip since Christopher Nolan isn't going with historical accuracy? I am watching it tonight at 10 p.m. So, I will be seeing it. I'm excited for it. I'm sure it'll be good. Some of the casting choices I'm not a fan of, and I think it's really stupid. And if it was any other culture, people would be very mad and up in arms about it. But because it's not the politically correct one, people are like, it's fine. So that I think is stupid, but I'm still interested in it. I think Nolan will make a good movie, and I'm excited about it. And I think it'll be really good. But we'll see. I'm gonna see it tonight. On the next weekly Nerd Talk. Yeah, exactly. If we weren't seeing it at 10 p.m., we probably would do a Nerd Talk. But the problem is we're seeing it at 10 p.m., and then I have to wake up at 7 a.m. for Comics Aficionados. So, and the movie's 3 hours long, so I ain't getting out of the theater till way late. Especially because, you know, the movie doesn't start at 10. You got half hour of commercials beforehand. Battle Beast was great this week. This is maybe my favorite issue of Battle Beast yet. Battle Beast has been really good, but this is like what the third issue since Conquest has come in, and this issue and last issue they've just been like duking it out. It's been really fun seeing Battle Beast and Conquest just fighting it out, and they're kind of broing down now, like they're kind of liking each other now, and it's really fun. And then at the end of this issue, because they're on this crazy planet, at the end of this issue, they end up with a bunch of like big monsters and like, all right, temporary truce while we fight some monsters. They're like, all right. And so next issue is going to be them battling monsters together. So I'm excited for that. Also, I got another comment. I've gotten like a couple comments on my where I was talking about what the best comic series are out right now. And I was like, yeah, Battle Beast is a prequel because Battle Beast is dead. And I got comments from retards that only watch the show and haven't read the comic and are like, oh, spoiler, didn't appreciate that spoiler about Battle Beast. And it's like, the comics where he dies came out over a decade ago. It's not my fault that you only watch the show, retard. Like that was those people such idiots. Again, it was only like 2 comments, but like those people being like getting upset enough about a spoiler on a comic that came out like 11 years ago. It's hilarious. Yeah, I like Oppenheimer a lot. I thought Oppenheimer was really good. The editing on Oppenheimer was great. That dude, like the fact that he was able to make just literally just talking the entire movie for 3 hours exciting and interesting and actually engaging was a testament to how good of a director Nolan is. It was really good. Way better than Tenet, because Tenet was bad. Invincible show fans getting cucked by Chad comic fans. Exactly. Like, I'm not going to give a spoiler. The only time something else like that happened was, I believe I was on Aficionados when it happened. I talked about Hush, and I liked how, you know, Riddler was behind it all, and someone was like, oh, spoiler. And I was like, that comic's 20 years old, and you're talking about, like, this person was unironically being mad that I spoiled the ending of the first Hush, where it's revealed that Riddler was behind it all. And that comic's 20 years old, dude. Like, I'm not giving a spoiler warning before talking about a comic that's 20 years old. Oppenheimer's really good. Yeah, Dark Knight's my favorite. Dunkirk might be my second favorite. It's Dunkirk or Inception. But Dunkirk is so good. I love Dunkirk. Dunkirk to this day is my favorite theater experience, though, because I saw it in that giant theater in Seattle at the Science Center in IMAX, and it was just an incredible theater experience. Um, but Dark Knight's still my number one. G.I. Joe is really good this week. I will say there's a character in this that I thought was gonna, that like the way they did a panel, it looked like he was gonna die, and then he did it, and it made me sad because I was like, I kind of wanted that character to die because the shock of it hit me. I was like, whoa, no way that and then he did, and I was like, oh, okay. I kind of wish that character would die, but still really good. G.I. Joe's still really good. I'm excited for the next arc where we're gonna see the two G.I. Joe teams that we've seen like collide, because G.I. Joe has like their main team, and then they have their like they have their sort of like spec ops like stealth team, which Flint leads with Beachhead and all them. So I'm excited to see them interact with the next issue, with issue 25, an oversized issue. Prestige is great. My only problem with Prestige is that it's another one where like the plot twist is so easy to spot. Like Prestige is really good. I like Prestige a lot, and it's also kind of funny, but it's so easy to spot that plot twist. Like you can see it coming from so far away. But the Prestige is pretty good. Dude, I can't wait for Danny McBride's G.I. Joe. Also, when there was that first reveal, like I think Hollywood Reporter or something put an article out, and they're like, Max Landis and Danny McBride are each writing their own separate treatments for a G.I. Joe movie, and then Paramount wants to combine them and make one G.I. Joe movie. And it's like, oh no. And I love Danny McBride. I think he's hilarious, and I think most of his shows are really good. Like Eastbound Down, Vice Principals. Like he does a lot of great stuff, and he's in any movie he's in, he's the best part. But I was like, I don't know how he'd be for GI Joe. I'm not sure about that. And then I saw that clip when he was on that podcast talking about it. He instantly won me over because he was like, I initially went to Paramount and I pitched a Dreadnoughts movie because I really like the Dreadnoughts, but they were like, no, we need to get GI Joe established first. I was like, this guy's pitching a Dreadnoughts movie. Okay, yeah, I'm in. That's like this guy, he knows about GI Joe, and then he's talking about Springfield, and I was like, all right, I'm excited. And he's going to be directing it, and if you've watched his shows, you can see that he is a good director because he directs like on Righteous Gemstones. He directed a lot. I think that was the most he's directed because he's directed in like all his shows, I believe. But Righteous Gemstones, he directed a lot, and he did some like action stuff in there that looked real good. And he also said it's not going to be a comedy, so I'm like, I'm excited for that. And there is comedy within GI Joe. Like you can do funny stuff in GI Joe as long as that's not the main focus. Like I think he could nail GI Joe. I'm really excited. Have you seen Interstellar? Yeah, I've seen Interstellar a few times. I saw it also on IMAX when they re-released it last year. I believe it was last year. Yeah, I think it was last year when they released it in IMAX. Last year or year before they released it in IMAX. But yeah, Interstellar is really good. That was one when it came out. I had no interest in seeing it because I remember seeing the trailers and I was like, this doesn't look interesting to me at all. And also, I generally don't care about space. I don't know why, but I just like could not care less about space for the most part. Like I like sci-fi stuff where there's like aliens who are fighting and all that. But as far as just like space, the unexplored frontier, and all that stuff, I'm like, I don't care. Like I don't care. Anytime NASA's like, whoa, we saw a black hole 800 quadrillion billion light years, I'm like, I don't care, dude. Go explore the ocean. There's so much of that we don't know. I'm more interested in that. Like, I don't care about space at all. But Interstellar was really good. I like it. It's definitely not my favorite, but I like Interstellar. Soundtrack's incredible on Interstellar. But Interstellar is definitely worth watching. Let's see. Of the Earth #3. This is the Chris Condon book that he's writing with that. I think it's Charles Adlard, who I've never heard of before, but that's his like friend that I talked about. Anyways, it's been really good. It's a horror comic. I'm really enjoying it. It's a mini series. I believe it's only going to be 6 issues, but some more stuff went down in this issue, and I recommend Of the Earth if you have not been reading it. Yeah, I watched X-Men 97. I watched the first episode of X-Men 97, season 1, and I was like, I liked it. Never watched the second episode. I just didn't care. I didn't care enough. I do like the animation, though. I like that the animation actually looks good, because most animated shows now look terrible, so at least X-Men 97 looks good. It's just, I don't know, X-Men 97 just doesn't excite me that much. The only X-Men thing recently that I've really enjoyed was John Byrne's X-Men Elsewhere. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And that's I think wonder if that's still sold out. Let me see. Let's see if it's still sold out. Yep, temporarily out of stock on Amazon. That's crazy. But I don't care about X-Men 97. Maybe one day I'll get to it. It's just animation is so much better than Invincible. That's not a high bar to clear, but yes, the X-Men 97's animation is really good. The Rockefellers were in the middle of this Unbelievables event, which I haven't read the other stuff from it. I've only been reading Rockefellers, and I still like it. It's pretty good. I like Francis Manipool. His art is great. I do wish Tomasi would get to do more stuff than just these like family books, though. Like he's on the all ages books, and Rockefeller's good, but I wish they'd give him something else to do. Dude, Magneto and Elseone's great because it's like, oh yeah, Magneto's a bad guy. Because I hate like so much over like the past, it feels like 15 years, they've tried to be like, Magneto's actually justified in everything he does, and actually isn't that bad. And it's like, if you read Elsewhere, John Burns just instantly brings in Magneto and like, yeah, he's a terrible person. I was like, yes, I like it when Magneto's actually a villain. New issue of Infernal Hulk. Infernal Hulk continues to be great. This was great. You got freaking Voodoo and Bruce Banner going down to this realm to try to get Hulk back. It's because Banner realizes he needs to be be a part of Hulk in order to stop Infernal Hulk. And this issue was great. I really liked it. Also, I love it when you get to see Banner getting active and not just being like a little pussy. That's why I liked Edward Norton's Banner on screen the best, because it was like that Banner was actually a dude I like. Because most of the time when you see Banner, you're like, just get the Hulk already, dude. I don't care about Banner. But like Edward Norton's Hulk Banner, I was like, oh, I like that guy. That guy's actually interesting, and we get that here where it's like Banner's actually he's getting active. I like it. Did you think Clayface will be better than Supergirl since other horror movies like Obsession backers success on the box office? As a movie, I think it'll be better. Will it do better at the box office? It'll probably do similarly, but because its budget's so much lower, it'll probably make its money back. But I feel like it won't be like a huge hit like those two, because those two had just organic growth that happened, and like I don't see that happening with Clayface, because Obsession became a thing to where just people were like got FOMO and didn't want to miss out because everyone like saw everyone online talking about it and wanted to be part of the conversation. That's why Obsession blew up. And Backrooms had been, huge on the internet for a while, so that had all of that momentum behind it. So Clayface, I think will make its money back, but I don't see it being a huge hit. That he's right. Lobo, I like this issue. Lobo. Jorge Corona is a beast, dude. I love Jorge Corona. He's so good. He's one of the best artists right now. He does some crazy stuff, and he carries his book. Because the writing's good, but it's nothing like great. But I like this a lot. Don't forget the Sergeant Rock movie. They got canceled, right? Because they had the guy that only does gay movies doing it, and then he left, and he hasn't come back, right? That was the worst decision ever. They're like, this guy that exclusively makes movies about gay sex is going to make our World War II movie. It's like, what? Why are we getting that guy for Sergeant Rock? That's so stupid. What are we doing, James Gunn? Oh my goodness. I hope they didn't get that guy back. Yeah. Is his name Lou Guadagnino? Guadagnino? Let me see. Luca. That's it. Let's see. What has this guy done? He did Queer. He did Call Me by Your Name. He did Challengers. Yeah, this guy just literally just makes gay movies, and they're like, that's our guy for our World War II movie. Yeah, good job, James Gunn. I don't understand. And Absolute Flash, which continues to be pretty good post issue 12, after the first arc, which took 12 issues and was not very good and moved at a snail's pace, ironically, because it's Flash. It's been pretty good. I like it. I love the addition of Linda Park. She's been great. And this issue's pretty good. Some stuff goes down in it, and I love the art. The artist on here, because it's not the normal artist. It's who is the artist on this one? Let me see. It is. Oh yeah, it's that lady Haining. She's done like the last. I think she's done most of this arc, and she's great. She does really good. She gets to do some splash pages and like show off in this issue. I'm enjoying Absolute Flash. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the Gunverse at all. Yeah, see, I like the Superman movie, and I don't like anything else he's done with the DCU. I think the Superman movie was pretty good. Everything else, Creature Commandos was awful. I hated that. Peacemaker season 2, I made it through like 2 or 3 episodes, and it was really bad. What else has he done? Has he done anything else? Oh, Supergirl was bad. Yeah, it's just been Superman's the only one I've liked so far. I like Superman. Everything else, Lanterns looks terrible. I think Clayface will be good, but it's also its separate own thing. It doesn't make sense at this point why we're doing Clayface. I don't get it. Yeah, Authority was canceled, but that was also like I don't get why he had like James Gunn announced all this stuff. He announced like his phase, Gods and Monsters is what we're doing. The Suicide Squad. Yeah, but Suicide Squad was way before, and it doesn't seem like we're really tapping back into that other than bringing Peacemaker along. I really like the Suicide Squad, though. That was pretty good. But that's kind of like very disconnected from this. But anyways, he did his whole here's what we're going to do, and then every single thing fell apart. And it's like, how does that happen? You're the guy. Like James Gunn, you're not just like a cog in the machine. You're the guy running the machine. How do you go, all right, we're going to do this, this, and this, and then just be like, actually, it turns out nothing worked out for me, and we're just going to play it by ear, and everything's going to change. It's like, I don't, like, what? Thoughts on rumored Mr. Terrific and Gorilla Grodd spinoff show in the works? I thought Gorilla Grodd was just going to be in the Jimmy Olsen show. I didn't know we were getting Gorilla Grodd show. I thought he's just been going to be in the Jimmy Olsen show. But I think it's so stupid to do a bunch of shows right now. Like I don't like. I like Mr. Terrific, the Superman movie. He's good. The guy that played him killed it. That's probably the most I've ever cared about Mr. Terrific. But I don't want a show. Like I don't need a show. Like why is everything getting a show? Especially because these shows, like every show nowadays, there's like 3 years minimum in between seasons. Like these streamer shows aren't like, oh, you get a season every 1 to 2 years. You get it again at most like 3 years. They're on that Matt Reeves schedule and making TV shows nowadays. You get 1 season, then you're taking like 4 years off for the next one. The Jimmy Olsen and Grodd show? Interesting. Oh yeah, the Deathstroke Bane movie. I forgot about that. Deathstroke's one of my favorite characters in all of comics. But I don't get it. I don't get why we're doing a Deathstroke Bane movie. I don't know why those two are even together. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm mad because I remember hearing some more details about it like a month or so ago, and I can't remember what those details were, but there's some other things. He's a little too goofy. I want this shit to be taken dead ass. Yeah, like I felt with Superman, he did a pretty good job of reining himself in. Other than that ending with Crypto, that was the only thing. Because other than that, as far as like the silly James Gunn stuff, he did a pretty good job for the most part of like holding back his Gunnisms for the most part. Like a lot of the comedy was more like natural and like real like comedy instead of just like, hey, you're in a movie, here's a funny bit. It was more like natural stuff. The only like 2 big things were, one, the super shit thing, like Superman getting mad about super shit. That was very much like a Gunn thing. That was really stupid. And then the ending where you have a nice like emotional impact of like moment between Superman and Lex, and then Crypto comes in, does a funny thing where he beats up Lex. And it's like, isn't it funny the dog's just throwing it around and he's screaming? It's like, come on, dude, why you gotta ruin that? Other than those two things, I felt like Gunn did a pretty good job at reining himself in, not having as much Gunnisms. But yes, I agree with like, I don't want everything to be Gunn flavored. Like Supergirl was very much had like that Gunn essence to it, and it's like, I thought you liked this guy, that you got the guy that made the Cruella de Vil live action movie. I don't even know why you get that guy to do a Supergirl movie. But anyways, I thought you liked that guy. And then all those reports come out and they're like, oh, it turns out James Gunn like completely took over and like brought in his editor and all this other stuff. And it's like, this doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Do we all talk about Deathstroke and Firestorm? I've been really looking forward to those two every month. I talked about Deathstroke earlier. I didn't talk about Firestorm because that didn't come out this week. But Firestorm's really good and Deathstroke's really good. They've both been great. Sadly, Firestorm ends at 9 issues, but I've been loving Jeff Lemire's Firestorm, and Deathstroke's been really good. I probably played Arkham Origins like, hey, let's put those two in a movie. Have an or off. We need to establish the Justice League. I don't know what Gunn's priorities are because we're not establishing anything. Also, right now it seems like he's just trying to get as much in development as possible before like this Paramount merger goes through, because he's trying to just get everything off. As far as everything that's in production right now, the only thing I'm excited for DCU wise is Man of Tomorrow, where they placed the Hans Zimmer music and Man of Steel with Gunn music. Yes, and that one track did go hard though. I saw one where it was really good. I can't remember which one it was, but Hans Zimmer's Man of Steel score is to me the greatest score in any superhero movie. Now, the John Williams Superman theme is the greatest single track in any superhero movie, but as far as an overall score for the movie, then it's Hans Zimmer Man of Steel. I just rewatched it last week. I watched Superman Man of Steel back to back because it was like 1 year since Superman came out, and I was like, I'm gonna watch both of them. And man, that score is so good. That's what I listen to when I read Superman comics, is the Man of Steel. And that's also why on my Spotify every year, Hans Zimmer is my top artist, because I listen to Hans Zimmer when I read comics. And it's mainly the Man of Steel soundtrack when I'm reading Superman comics. Worried what they'll do to Brainiac now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm so excited. Is it because David Cornsweet and what's his name? Why can't I think of his name as why am I Nicholas Hoult? I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, but David Cornsweet and Nicholas Hoult were by far the highlights of the Superman movie. Those guys were great together, and I'm so excited to see them like be leading the movie together for the new one, for Man of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops. I saw some people saying stuff about that. I don't know if there's any truth to it. I liked him in what's it called? In The Long Walk. He's really good. He just needs to get in better shape, and I think he can maybe do it. He's just a little bit of a stocky, pudgy dude. But you know, he's not like huge, and I'm just getting a little better shape, and I think he can maybe do it. I don't know. It's hard to see him as Cyclops right now, but who knows? I'd have to see him in shape. The flight theme is great, but every track in that movie, banger. God, what the Superman 3 did to him. Man, it's crazy seeing like post Supergirl, all the Snyder cultists going crazy on Twitter, and some other people like even joining in and being like, man, look at all the cool stuff, Snyder stuff. I wish we had Snyder back. It's like, I love Man of Steel, but everything past that Snyder did and what he was planning to do sounded so much worse than everything James Gunn has done or going to do. Like his plans for the future of having Superman like go evil and then come back and raise Batman's son that Batman had with Lois. What are we talking about? These people are like, Superman. Snyder really respected Superman, got him better than. So this joke that James Gunn was like, no. Snyder, when he was reined in by Nolan on Man of Steel, I love Man of Steel. We had him and we had Nolan and Goyer more like heading the story aspect of it. Cause freaking dumbass Ben Affleck had to bring in Chris Terrio for Batman v Superman, and we had to let Snyder think he could ever write anything and have anything to do with shaping a story. Snyder just needs to be the guy behind the camera that never touches a pen or a keyboard. That guy he doesn't have it. It's It's crazy. I love Man of Steel too. Man of Steel is such a good movie. It just makes me so sad how far everything goes down. Also, watching Superman and Man of Steel back to back, it makes me sad how they didn't let Henry Cavill do much more with Clark in that movie. Like Henry Cavill's great in that movie, but like in Superman, Corn Sweat gets to like cover so many aspects of the character of Clark to where Henry Cavill only gets to like cover very little of him because they have him be very stoic and not talk that much at all in the movie. He's still great and he does a lot of great stuff with just his like face without even saying anything. But man, it's like I wish they would have let him do some more stuff. Like the 5 seconds we get at the end with the Daily Planet and he smiles and everything. I was like, oh man, I wish Henry Cavill. And then in Batman v Superman, he doesn't get to do anymore either. Batman v Superman, he has like even way less lines. Ugh. Makes me so sad, dude. I was so disappointed coming out of Batman v Superman because I loved Man of Steel. It makes me sad. Makes me sad. Superman got cooked by Batman is insane. Yep, but that was Snyder's plans. Snyder's had some just straight retarded plans for the future of the DCU. I find it odd that an Authority movie is trying to be made before Stormwatch or Wildcats or even a freaking Justice. I think it was because that was I think James Gunn was going to be doing a Superman versus the Elite, but he was going to replace the Elite with the Authority, and that was going to be like what he was going to do. I think that was how he was trying to frame it. That's what it sounded like he wanted to build towards. Then, but for whatever reason, all of that got tanked and didn't happen. I have no idea why. I don't know what it is because again, James Gunn's the one who's making the decisions here. I don't know why all of his plans fell through. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't get it. But that's how it is. The All-Star Superman movie is really good. Still probably my favorite Lex voice actor in that movie because I love Clancy Brown. I just feel like the voice direction for Clancy Brown is bad because it's always just get angrier and louder. It's like, man, if we could have like a director there, like a voice director with Clancy Brown to be like, hey, Lex isn't just always like getting angrier and louder all the time. Like he's more than that. I would love to hear what Clancy Brown could do because he's incredible in everything he's in. It's just his Lex tends to be kind of like an idiot that just gets mad and loud, and that's it. To our All Star Superman, I love the voice actor in that, and he gets to be the more like cool, calm, collected Lex, and he still crashes out, and he does a great job there. That's just like that's not all he is. You have a feeling Avengers Doomsday will be good? Ah, man, I have no idea. It's just Avengers Doomsday is such just a crazy pivot to try to like say salvage anything of the MCU, but it's like you got to try to build towards something because everyone's old. You don't have any future right now. You don't have anything to look forward to. It's like obviously the future is going to be whatever they do with the X-Men. Like that's the future of the MCU. With their new MCU X-Men, that is not bringing back old Fox X-Men. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't know. Maybe I hope so because the Russos MCU movies are good, but everything I've seen from the Russos outside the MCU has been awful. Like the Russos are terrible on everything else. They were good in the MCU, like all their movies, like Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, banger after banger. And then you watch The Gray Man, and you're like, oh, how is it's just an action movie with Ryan Gosling? This should be hard to mess up, but it's terrible. Yeah, the he makes Lois very unlikable and shallow in All Star, but also like Morrison loves Silver Age and stuff. So I guess that's more of what he's inspired by. But I don't like Lois in All Star either. How do you rank Smallville, Luthor? I haven't watched much Smallville at all, but I liked what's his name, the guy that plays him. I thought he did a pretty good job from what I've seen, but I can't really rank Smallville Luthor because I haven't watched enough. Yeah, they're great with the MCU, but now they're coming back, and I have no. And it's like it's such like an ass pull from Feige to be like, oh man, nothing we've tried to work and everything I've orchestrated has failed post Endgame. We'll get back what worked. We'll get back Robert Downey Jr. We'll get back Chris Evans. We'll get back the Russos. Now everything will, it's like, okay, we'll see. Hopefully. I have no idea. Then you watch The Gay Man. Pretty much, dude. But I just 2 hours 45 minutes. Yeah. Because they have to do everything in that movie because nothing was set up for Doomsday. Because they literally set nothing up compared to like these other movies where they at least set it up. Now you really have to cover everything in that movie. Because they put it all in on Jonathan Majors with Kang. Probably a blessing in disguise that he turned out to be a not a great human being, because then they got to pivot away from him because the Kang stuff was probably going to be really bad. Remember they had like some dude that wrote like Jimmy Kimmel episodes or something, and he was going to be the one writing the Kang Dynasty. I think he wrote Ant-Man 3, which was awful. Also, like, there's some things I don't understand why they're not like now pivoting from DCU to MCU, since we're talking about that now. Shang-Chi, like, made good money. It didn't make like great money, but it made good money, and it got really good fan and audience reception. Like, people like the movie, and you didn't fast track a sequel. Doctor Strange 2 made a lot. It made like 900 million. It made close to $1 billion, and that didn't even have great reception, but it made a lot of money. It's like, get Sam Raimi back, but give him some good writers this time, and make Doctor Strange 3. Also, I believe Cumberbatch is like one of the few like actors that still like chill with the MCU. Like, I remember every time they do like an Avengers movie or something, and they would like quiz people on the MCU, everyone would be like, "Oh, Cumberbatch watches all of the movies." Like, no one else does. Everyone else just kind of like watches what they're in, and that's it. But they're like, Cumberbatch watches every MCU movie. It's like, so you got a guy that seems pretty like likes to play Doctor Strange. You got 2 movies that did well. The last one almost made $1 billion. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna do Doctor Strange 3. We're just gonna, I don't know, we'll do Black Panther without Black Panther. It's like, okay. Although that made $1 billion. That movie was terrible though. Now hold one. Doctor Doom was set up in the most recent Fantastic Four. Yeah, he's set up. Yeah, we had the 5 seconds where he's kneeling. Yeah. Yeah, we have the Thunderbolts post credit scene where they're like getting sued for trying to be the Avengers. That sets everything up for sure. Earth's Mightiest Heroes is such a good show. I need to rewatch it. It's been years since I've watched it. I love that show though. You know, small chairs and Thor where he's like, "This is my heart." Doom is tougher fight than Thanos. Yeah, we'll see how this Doom is and how they reconcile with the fact that it's Robert Downey Jr. playing him, so it's, you know, Tony Stark. I wonder how that's gonna go down. This guy did it. He said, "Luther, brother, what are we doing?" Spider-Man Bros. Guys ain't going to set up Doomsday. Yeah, that'll do all the groundwork. How long do you think the absolute universe will last before it gets tedious? I don't know how long it's gonna. I don't think tedious is the right word for it. But it's like, I guess if it overstays its welcome. But so far, like, it just keeps going. Like, people love the absolute universe. I mean, it seems like Absolute Batman is probably like the tide that raises all ships. So it feels like when Absolute Batman, if it hits a wall, that's when everything dies. Like, if people start like not enjoying Absolute Batman, that's when everything else is gonna fall. But I'm enjoying Absolute. I'm reading Absolute Flash, Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman. Um, Absolute Wonder Woman, I've read some of and I liked it. It's just there's some stuff with the writer that I don't enjoy, so I have a hard time reading some of her comics. But Absolute Wonder Woman is pretty good. I don't read Absolute Martian Manhunter because everything I've read from Dennis Camp is like the worst comics I've ever read in my life. I've heard the art looks incredible, but it looks like it's just very much carried by the art. So I don't read Absolute Martian Manhunter as much as people love it. But every time I read a Dennis Camp comic, I'm like, this is terrible. I read 2 issues of the Ultimates and then I had to give up. And I read some of his, like, was it Ultimate Endgame, and it was awful. I was like, this guy is just terrible. But was it Rob Liefeld called him the next Alan Moore? So there you go. Infinity War's great. That's still one of the best comic movies ever. Infinity War's so good, and the best version of Thor we've ever got on the big screen. Thor was so great in Infinity War, but also he was so great that they had to figure out how to nerf him in the second one, so he wasn't as big of a deal. This guy says Luther too. What is with you guys? Dustin's going to work for Doom Watch. Did you read the Sonic and Justice League crossover? No. I don't really care about Sonic at all. I'm saying, dude, so many people always saying Luther. You know who I think of when I hear Luther, dude? I think of Ving Rhames with a silly hat on in Mission Impossible. That's what I think of. Also, rest in peace to the GOAT. But that's what I think of. I think of him going, Ethan. We need to... Ethan. That's what I think of. People say Luther. Just instantly go to Ving Rhames. I hope the Tom Cruise comedy is good. That trailer came out. Exactly. So many people say Luther, dude. Grinds my gears. Annoys me. If I was in charge of DCU right now, what would I do? Man, I would see if we could do that tax write-off thing with lanterns and scrap that instantly. Be like, can we Batgirl lanterns? I would try to do that as quickly as possible. That would be step one in my plan. Then I would probably scrap anything else I could, but keep the cast. I mean, obviously, Man of Tomorrow's going. I'd keep Man of Tomorrow going. I would be like, hey, we're gonna get a young Batman because we already have an old Batman, Batman v Superman. We have an old Batman in the Batman Part 2 because Robert Pattinson's like, what is he, like 42? How old is Robert Pattinson? He is 40. So he's going to be 41 next year. So no, he'll be 42 when the movie comes out. Oh my goodness. He'll be 42 when the Batman Part 2 comes, or he turns 42 the year that the Batman Part 2 comes out, I should say. He'll be 41. But oh my goodness. So I would cast a young Batman for the DCU Batman, get that figured out. I'm sure Booster Gold doesn't get a movie unless it's Heroes in Crisis. Are you happy that Superboy Prime back in comic? I love what Joshua Williamson's doing with Superboy Prime right now. It's one of the best comics out right now. It's incredible. And if you're not reading it, you're missing out. But yeah, you'd have to cast Wonder Woman. As far as what movies I would do, man, I feel like I'd just do a Court of Owls Batman movie. I think that'd be like out the gate. That's what I'd do. Because it's like, we don't need the origin. We don't need to do year one. Everyone knows we've had a billion Batman origins. Just jump out the gate swinging. Do a Court of Owls Batman movie. Boom, get him established. As far as like Justice League goes, I'm not sure what I do for Justice League. I have to think about it. Just defending my good friend Donovan. I wonder if we're still going to be getting Pakistani booster gold. We're getting 55-year-old Pakistani booster gold, like it was rumored. That would be hilarious. But I definitely wouldn't be prioritizing Gorilla Grodd TV shows and terrific TV shows. And about the gaming division of DC. Oh, I'm getting trans talk to them. That's one way to do it. I would not do the thing that they were talking about where they're like, everything's one. The DCU is TV shows and movies and video games. It's all connected. I wouldn't do that. That's stupid. Stay away from that. But oh man, if I was in charge though, I'd instantly be like, Jonah Hex video game right now. What if Red Dead had good gameplay and good mission design? And we'll try to cater to the Red Dead audience that loves it and just be like, hey, look, it's an Old West video game. But this time, there's actual gameplay and fun missions. There's stuff beyond cutscenes and, wow, look, the horse's balls shrink when it's cold. Plastic Man movie, Nightwing movie. Yeah, Nightwing movie. I said forever ago, because Guy Ritchie's my favorite director, I was like, give me a Guy Ritchie Nightwing movie. I'd love to see what he'd do with Nightwing. Like, just for some reason, I feel like that marriage would work. Guy Ritchie Nightwing. I was like, ooh. But don't cast any of these British cigarettes that keep saying they want to play Nightwing that I see on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff. Like when I see like very low level celebrities being like, I could play Nightwing, cast me, James Gunn. And it's like, don't want that guy. Superman game would be awesome. You just got to find the right developer for it. I don't even know. Get IO Interactive to make a Deathstroke game. That would be lit. Instantly, I'd be like, IO Interactive. Amazon's probably not going to let you make a James Bond sequel, which makes me very sad. How about you guys come over to DC and make a Deathstroke game? Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're going somewhere. Yeah, the guy in Titans was good. Sadly, there's nothing else good about that show. That show was bad. That show was really, really bad. And DC's just had a weird. You look at like the movies and TV shows and everything over the years from DC, and it's been weird. It's been weird. Also, another thing with like with the James Gunn versus Snyder like Superman stuff and everything, I see people being like, James Gunn's DCU's failing and all that stuff. And obviously it hasn't been off to a great start as far as like financially and everything, but it's like Snyder made a movie called Batman v Superman. Batman versus Superman. Batman and Superman sharing the big screen together in live action for the first time. And not only that, we got in the title there fighting. And it didn't make $1 billion. That is a failure. If that movie was good, it makes $1 billion easy. Batman v Superman should make $1 billion. And also, you gotta remember that Batman is coming off of Dark Knight Rises, which made a bunch of money. And also, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Dark Knight Rises, a lot of people like Dark Knight Rises. Like overall, like the casuals like Dark Knight Rises, and like Batman's coming from a good place, you know. So it's like that should make $1 billion. So seeing like Snyder fans flexing on the fact that Batman v Superman made 800 mil is like, that's not the flex you think it is. That movie should have made $1 billion. It also came out in 2016, like the prime of the MCU. So it also had the help of comic book movies are something people like right now. That movie should make $1 billion compared to like, you know, Superman and Supergirl coming out where everyone's like, yeah, comic movies kind of suck ass right now. Besides Jedi 3, I'm good off everything Star Wars. Jedi 3, I'm excited for, although Rip Vincent Pella, so I don't know how it's going to be without him. And I'm cautiously optimistic for the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie because it seems to be just so far away from everything else. It's got Ryan Gosling in it, and I hope it's good, but who knows? Thank you, D-Claw. I love Man of Steel, but Man of Steel was not very popular among people. Didn't like Man of Steel. It was very mixed. There were people that liked it, there were people that didn't. I love Man of Steel. I think it's a really good movie. It has its problems, but I like it a lot. Also, it was such a nice breath of fresh air because this was post Avengers, where everything was trying to be like Whedon-esque. Everything was trying to do the Whedon stuff, and the Man of Steel felt so different. It was like, oh, nice. It was nice. What was the point of your Supergirl review? To tell people what I thought of the movie. That was the point of the review. Well, Shadow Lord is good. The animation looks great. I cannot get myself to care about Filoni Darth Maul. Like, we've gotten so much of him. It's like, it's time to let it go. We just got an Invincible fighting game. If that goes on sale for super cheap, I'll probably get it and like stream playing through the campaign. But I think the campaign's like an hour long, so that's why I'm like I'm not paying $40 for it. Oh yeah, Superman Returns is terrible. That movie's awful. Yeah, the plane sequence, the beginning of Superman Returns is good. I hate that suit so much, dude. I hate that suit. But like him getting shot in the eye, the plane sequence, James Bond game is awesome. I love the James Bond game. I was thinking of streaming it, but then I got like sick the week like when it came out, and also I was like I kind of want to just enjoy the game on my first playthrough, not be distracted by anything. And so when because they already announced they're going to be doing they're going to be adding New Game Plus to it. When that happens, I'm going to stream replaying through the whole thing on Twitch. So I'm excited for that. How would you rank the live action Superman? Reeve, Welling, Routh, Cavill, Harkland, Cornsweat? I think overall Cornsweat's the best. Honestly, I love Cavill, but the problem is he didn't get enough to showcase like the other aspects of Superman. Like I don't blame Cavill for that. It's the writers and Snyder and everything. But I'd say overall probably Cornsweat because he's got to like show in one movie and the tiny bit of Supergirl he's gotten to showcase so many different aspects of Superman. So Cornsweat's probably my favorite live action Superman overall. Um, I haven't watched enough Smallville to rate Welling. Routh is like acting wise he's good, but they did him so dirty with the suit was terrible and how like they did his hair and it. So Routh's like low on the list for me, sadly, even though he's a good actor and everything, but he just doesn't look like Superman to me. Um, and then of course Reeve is great, but I just don't care for the Reeve movies. So people would probably call it heresy to rate him lower than Cavill, but I would just because I don't care for those movies. And Hochland's really good. Hochland's problem is he looks nothing like Superman. Like he's great as Superman. He would actually be like upper, but the thing that nerfs him is he looks nothing like Superman. He just looks like a hot guy. Like he looks like a model, but he doesn't look like Superman. He's great though. He pulls off Superman and Clark Kent great, but he doesn't look like him at all. I have not watched Speed Racer. It was better than the movie. Man, I didn't realize Supergirl's got shooters out here, dude. People like the Supergirl movie. Good for you. I wanted it to be good. I liked the Superman movie, but the Supergirl movie sadly was really bad. Dude, that trailer for the Batman Nightfall animated movie was really good. That got me excited because when it was announced and Jeremy Adams was attached, because I like Jeremy Adams, like, oh, this could be good, but I don't know because we gotta wait to see what the animation looks like. The animation looked good. The trailer was good. I'm excited for that. It also gives me a reason to reread through Nightfall, so I'm excited about that. I've only watched one episode of X-Men 97, so I have no thoughts on it other than the animation's good, but I just don't care enough to watch. And like a TV show has to be really good for me to watch because I just like don't really I just don't watch a lot of TV shows. Like I watched a lot of movies, but as far as TV show goes, I just don't really like I tend not to like sit down and watch TV shows. Like it's I don't do it that much. There's like a select few. Like I did it for the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That was really good. That was very short though. Primal, which was great. I watched all 3 seasons of Primal. Cause I'm trying to think of more recent TV shows. What else? I don't know if there's anything else. And recently, when it comes to Star Wars, I don't think the current canon will make me care unless the writing is good as Andor. Yeah, Andor's great. I love Andor. That's another show recently that I loved. Both seasons of that are great. I will say it's insane to me when I see people being like, Andor is the best Star Wars thing ever. It makes Empire look like a fan and all this stuff, and it's like you people are insane. Like you people never cared for Star Wars to begin with. Like there's a lot of people that never really cared about Star Wars that are like Andor's the greatest Star Wars thing ever. And it's like I love Andor. It's great. Definitely not the greatest Star Wars thing ever. Chill on that. But Andor is really good. See you, D Claw. I'm gonna be seeing it at 10 o'clock tonight, so I'll be seeing it in a few hours. Top 5 comic book movie villains. Uh, Zod's my number one. Controversial, but I love Michael Shannon's Zod. He's so good. Ooh, probably Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 would be at 2. What else? Comic book movie villains. Trying to think. Maybe I'd probably put Thanos up there. Thanos is great. I guess I put Heath Ledger's Joker because I think Heath Ledger's Joker is really good, but I always found Heath Ledger's Joker to be overrated. But obviously, Heath Ledger's Joker is really good. What else? Is there any obvious one I'm missing? Let's see. I'm looking at an insane tier list right now for comic book movie villains. Like some of the ones it has on the top are insane. Who would be the fifth on the list? I mean, Green Goblin was great. Maybe I don't know if I want to say Green Goblin though. It might be Green Goblin because he's really good in that movie. Would it be Green Goblin? I guess it might be. It might be Green Goblin. I guess that would be it then. So it'd be Zod, Doc Ock, Thanos, Joker, and Green Goblin. I guess those would be my top 5 for live action comic book movie villains. Yeah, that suit is bad. That suit is bad. Still need to see season 3 of Primal. Season 3 is really good. And we're gonna be getting a Conan the Barbarian show from him. I'm so excited for Tartakovsky's Conan the Barbarian series. I feel like to show legend stories, whether it be the Academy of I mean, that'd be cool, but they're never gonna do it. Spider-Man and Superman crossover. It was pretty good. I liked it. I liked what we got from that. I did a video on it. Was that 3 months ago? Do you like Spawn or Hellboy? I've read nothing Hellboy or watched any of the movies, but I like some of the Spawn stuff. I'm reading Gunslinger Spawn right now because it's a western, and I like sorry, Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn. That's the Jimmy Palmiotti western book. It's pretty good. The art on this latest issue was not too good. It's not the main artist, but I enjoy it. Thoughts on overall changes going on at Marvel Comics right now? I mean, they needed to make a change. I have no idea who this guy is. That there's new editor in chief, but hopefully he does better than Sapolsky. Sapolsky's been terrible, and like they need a new direction. It's just who knows with Marvel. It seems like every time they make a change, it doesn't. Nothing happens. Like they don't do anything smart. It's like you have so many popular characters that people love. You had the market share over DC for so long, and now despite putting out way more books than DC does each month, DC's beating the shit out of you. It's like get it together. You think someone with common sense would get together? Are you planning on continuing your Lego Batman or Shattered Dimensions playthrough? Probably not, because like no one really cared and showed up to those streams. um, so I'm probably not. I do plan on eventually. I've been saying it since the beginning of the year, but I just haven't found time. Is streaming Spider-Man 2, the Spider-Man 2, Sony game, because I've streamed the first one and I thought it was okay. And then the second one went on sale and I got it and I was like, all right, I'll stream it, see if it's any better. Although I heard from everyone that's worse than the first one. Favorite Splinter Cell? I like 1 and 3. Chaos Theory is probably my favorite, but I do really like Blacklist. Although the story's not the best in Blacklist, and obviously, we got a new voice actor, which made me very sad. But Blacklist gameplay in it is really fun. It's got some cool missions. But Chaos Theory is my favorite. I was looking actually replaying through all of them lately because they slowly over the past like couple years they slowly like added them all to Steam because they weren't all on Steam, and they slowly added like I think pretty much all of them. And so it's like, ooh, I can finally go back and play through the Splinter Cell games. It's been forever since I've played them, so it's like that would be fun to go back and like replay through all of them back to back to back to back to back. That would be fun. So I wish Ubisoft was supposed to be like doing a remake of the first Splinter Cell. I don't know what happened to that. I don't even know why that was the idea they went with, but I love Sam Fisher. Or true. With brand new day coming out and make it ideal time to Spider-Man 2 playthrough. That's a good point. Maybe next Friday I might stream Spider-Man 2. Maybe I'll do Spider-Man 2 next Friday. That could be it. Assuming nothing goes bad or I don't suddenly get something come up, I could see myself streaming Spider-Man 2 next Friday. That could be fun. See how it is. I didn't play the RoboCop game. I have not. It's obviously not as stealth as like Chaos Theory, but it's way more stealth than Conviction. Like Conviction was the straight up like action Splinter Cell game, to where Blacklist is still much more stealth. It's not like like Chaos Theory where it's like you're not like slow walking in the shadows, but it is still very stealth oriented. Also, I had a ton of fun with Blacklist because they had the co-op missions too, and they also brought back Spies versus Merc for Blacklist, and I had so much fun playing that with my friends. Dude, I am so mad that there's no other game that scratches the Spies versus Mercs itch. Oh my goodness, Spies versus Mercs was such a great game mode. I had so much fun with that. Being like the merc and you're like in this limited field of view and you're first person, and like everything's a little darker, and the spy, but you have like, you have like AKs and all this stuff, and you've got like rifles, and then the mercs are in third person. They can see everything better. They got night vision, but they're very brittle and they only have stuns and can melee. Ooh, dude, that was so much fun. Capturing the ball. I had so much fun. I posted videos of that on my second channel like forever ago. Um, that was so much fun. Yeah, Yeah. I posted it years ago. Where are the Spies vs. Mercs videos? It was so long ago. Yeah, Spies vs. Mercs. It's a decade ago. Oh my goodness. I had so much fun. Spies vs. Mercs was awesome. And this one guy just keeps like going between his 3 accounts to talk about Supergirl. I'm glad you really value my opinion on the Supergirl movie. Punisher's had his own game. It's just been a while. It's been a long time. Wearing the same suit from the first movie with a few changes. Are you hoping he gets a new suit at some point in the movie? Dude, I wish you'd get a different suit. That's like that suit in Superman. I like the colors. I like the boots. I like the trunks. I don't like the Kingdom Come symbol. And I hate the over design. And I also hate how like Corn Sweat put in a lot of work to get in shape, to be a big guy, and they gave him a suit that doesn't showcase any of it. It looks like it could be anyone in that suit. Like it looks like he could be skinny or a fat guy or anything on the suit. It's like the guy put in so much effort. It's like give him a more form-fitting suit, or give him at least a little bit of the fake muscles, like, so you can at least look like it. Because he got in shape, like you can see it. He's a big guy, but they didn't. And then they got that stupid collar, and it's like I was hoping they'd do something. I saw that it looked like they tightened it up a little bit for Man of Tomorrow, but it still doesn't. I was hoping for a new suit. Where even Metal Gear had an online mode. Yeah, didn't Metal Gear have its not just an online mode? Didn't it have like its own online title, like a completely separate completely separate game that you would buy to play Metal Gear Online? Like I think they had their own Metal Gear Online like game too. I believe. I never played it, but I feel like I remember seeing that, and I've heard it was awful. By Ben Percy. I'll get the trailer of his ongoing November. Punisher Red Band's really good. I liked it a lot. And the current Punisher series from Ben Percy's been pretty good. I like the first arc. We're getting into the second arc now. My only problem is I'm hoping he gets a bit more, like, I hope Frank gets a little bit more talkative, because right now Frank kind of like doesn't talk at all. Like, Frank's not a chatty Cathy or anything like that, but he's not like some dude that just doesn't say anything ever at all. And that's kind of how he's been so far in Percy's run. But he is also recovering from a pretty bad brain issue because of Kingpin mind controlling him with the whole like think chip in his brain thing. Which cinematic Superman suit's been your favorite so far? Oh, cinematic, so big screen specifically, because obviously everyone brings up the Kingdom Come suit from like the Arrowverse crossover thing, and the Fleischer suit from the flashback in Superman and Lois. But as far as on the big screen, it might be the Man of Steel suit. I like the Man of Steel suit. For some reason, in like Batman v Superman and like Justice League, the suit got worse. They like added like really bad looking fake muscles, because they had like a little bit of the fake muscles in Man of Steel, but it looked natural. It looked good. But then I remember like the abs in like Batman v Superman and Justice League looking way worse and really like corny looking. Um, like I feel like if you took the Man of Steel suit, added trunks to it, and just brightened it up like the vibrance of it a little bit, I think that would be a really really nice suit. Um, I feel like Man of Steel is probably my favorite. I like the symbol they did for Man of Steel. I thought it was pretty cool, like a new take on it. Because I just don't care for the Kingdom Come symbol, because it's like a Z, and it's like, especially doing it for early Superman. Metal Gear Survive. Okay, that must be it. Modern day Punisher game would be cool, but also like Marvel is low key scared of Punisher. They've been scared. They're just now getting back to him. For a while, they were terrified of him, because you'd see like cops having like a Punisher like skull or something, and they'd be like, "Ah, we have to bury this character now." And so they had Jason Aaron ruin him. They threw him into the Phantom Zone for a little bit, and then they're like, we should probably bring him back. Also, because his merch is some of the best selling for Marvel. Like, just that skull symbol is very popular. People buy a lot of, like, people have no idea about Punisher, buy a lot of Punisher merch. Like, so they finally brought him back. And so it's like, yeah, don't be afraid of him. Don't be afraid of Punisher. That's so stupid. Yeah, All Star Superman's great. I love All Star Superman. My only issue with it is it's the only Superman comic that anyone's ever read. That's my problem with All Star Superman. It's a great comic. I have some issues with it, but so many people just treat it like it's the only Superman comic that's ever existed. Like, there's a lot of Superman comics out there, and there's some that are actually better than All Star Superman, believe it or not. I like the Reeves suit. I like the design of it. It's just it looks like such like a the quality of it looks like such like a cheap like $2 Halloween costume. Like, I like the design. I think design is basically perfect. It's just if we could have gotten like, I don't know, made out of different material or something, I think that suit could have been great. It's just something about the quality of it looks bad, but the design is great. Punisher's so good in Daredevil season 2. That is legitimately the best he's ever been in the Netflix in the MCU. Is in Daredevil season 2. He hasn't been that good in his own show. He hasn't been that good since he's come back. Hopefully he functions well in the Spider-Man movie. Hopefully, but we shall see. because I didn't watch the Punisher special, but I heard that was terrible. I haven't even watched Punisher Born Again season 2. I watched the first season. I was like, I will watch the second season when it all comes out, and then it all came out, and I was like, maybe one day. I just haven't felt like it. So, but anyways, that's basically it. I think that's. Oh, yeah. No, he works as a main character. You just gotta understand who Punisher is and like get the character to where they haven't progressed him at all, and they've been running in circles like with who he is, and like the whole time they've been trying to like we're going to get to the Punisher, but they haven't. I think he can 100% work as the main character. They haven't had the people with the talent to do it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna head out now. I'll be seeing The Odyssey later tonight, so I'm excited for that. Thank you to everyone who showed up to the stream. It was fun. Always fun talking comics with you guys, and I'll try to stream Spider-Man 2 next Friday. We'll see if I can do that. If I have time for that. And yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I'll see you guys.